Friends, today we'll discuss transformation of graph. This is the most important topic for class 11, 12 and the competitive exams. Usually students know the standard equation of graph, but they feel problem when there is slight change in the equation of standard graph. So today we will discuss a lot of methods to how to draw graph with some changes. Okay. So first let us come with first transformation. Okay, the first transformation is when the graph of fx changes from fx plus minus a, or if the graph changes from fx to f of x plus a, what will happen? If we have first let me draw the graph, then I'll tell you what will happen. If we have a graph exponential function, okay, and if we add a constant a in this function, then what will happen? So let's see. uh, okay, let's see the graph. There is no any change. If we change the value of a, please see this one, fx plus a. If we change the value of a, see what is happening. Simply this graph's going a unit upwards. Okay, if we change the value of a, this graph goes a unit upward. That means if we add any constant outwards to the function, that is fx plus a, then the graph shifts a unit upwards. See the value. If it is a equals to 1, that means the graph starts at x equals to graph is at x equals to 1. Now it comes to x equals to y equals to 2. Then if a is 2, then it comes to 2 units from this one, 1 unit, 2 units. And then again, if it is 3, then it is from here 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units. If we change any graph, if we have sin x, then also please see, we have the graph of sin x here. If we write sin x plus 1, if we write sin x plus 1, see here at the graph x equals to 0, and now the same graph is at x equals to 1. If it comes to x equals to 2, then it is come at x equals to 2. If it come at x equals to 3, then it's came to, that means it shifted 3 units upwards, and so on. Okay, so come on this one. So just I told you that if we add a units in fx plus fx, then this graph shifts a units upward. And same just opposite of this one, if we subtract a units, then obviously this graph will go a units downwards. Let's see this also in the graph. Where is the graph? Okay, this one. If we do this one, let's see. Now see this function fx minus a, that if we subtract a units, then this graphs a unit downwards. Please see, if we have a equals to 1, then it's shifted a units downward. Then if a equals to 2, then 2 units downward. Then 3 units downward. 4 units downward, and so on. Okay, uh, and so on. Okay, so again come on this one, that if we added 1, then its graph goes a unit upward, and if we subtracted a, then its graph goes a unit downwards. Let's see both the graphs together. Okay, see, if for fx plus a, it will go a units upward, and x minus a, it will go a unit downward. See, okay, one graph going upward, second graph going downward. Upward graph is fx plus a, and downward graph is f of x minus a. Transformation, if we transform from fx to fx plus minus a, in this one we had added a units out from fx, and here subtracted a units not in fx, out from fx. Okay, next if we subtract and add in fx, okay, if we transform fx to f of x minus a, okay, then in this case this graph shifts a unit rightward. Here we had added a units, then graph shifts a unit upward, and it is a unit upward and downward. In this one, if we have x minus a, this graph shifts a units towards right. Okay, and in this one, this graph shifts a unit leftward. This is left. Okay, let's see in graph. Uh, if we have graph y equals to sine x, okay, and we have to draw the graph of f of x minus a, and a is this one. If you have to draw the graph of x minus a, please see the graph. It will go a unit right hand side. Okay, please see. If we have x, a equals to 1, here graph x equals to 0, this graph sin x at x equals to 0, now this graph changes to x equals to 1. If we have a equals to 2, then it is 2 units right hand side, then 3, then 3 unit right hand side, and so on. If we change the graph, if it is absolute function of x, then see, in this one also we have absolute function of x, and if we write x minus a, please see, if we have mod of x minus 1, this graph is at 1. If we have mod of x minus 2, then graph will be at 2. If we have x minus 3, then graph will be at 3, and 4, and so on. As we changing the value of a, the graph shifts right hand side from a units. Okay, and what will happen if we add f of x plus a? That means if we add a in the function, then see, just I told you, if we subtracted a unit, this graph shifts a unit right hand side. If we add a units, then this graph shifts a units left hand side. Please see this graph. Okay, if we have a equals to 1, then shifted a units left hand side. If we have 2, then 2 units right left hand side, then 3, then 3 units left hand side, and so on. Okay, this is changes with the value of a. And if we say both the all the three graph together, see here, blue graph shows y equals to mod x, and this graph shows mod of x minus 1, and this graph shows mod of x plus 1. Here we are subtracting a units, and in left hand side we are adding a units. Please see. Okay, this is if we come here, then this one, this graph will be mod of x minus a, and this graph will be mod of x plus a. This is the small trick for this is mod of f of x plus minus a. Next, come on our next property. If we transform from fx to a of fx, okay, so first come on this one. If we have fx to a of fx, in this graph, if we multiply a units in fx, then this graph stretches along a units along y axis. That means it will it stretches along y axis, and if we divide with a, then this graph will shrink. Okay, let's see. Then I'll discuss in this one domain and range also of this graph. Okay, let us consider that it is sin x. Sin x, and in this one a must be greater than 1. Okay, let's do some setting in this one. Its minimum value is 1. Okay, the value is minimum is 1. Now let's see, if we have fx sin x, as I told you, when we multiply, then this graph stretches a units along y axis. Let's see, this is the graph. Please see, this graph stretches along y axis. Okay, this graph goes upward and stretches. Okay, like if in this case the range of sine function is 1 and minus 1, if it changes to 2 into sin x, then obviously its range changes from 2 to minus 2. And if a is 3, that means 3 into fx, then its range is 3 and minus 3, and so on. And there will be no any change in domain. That means if we multiply a units, this graph stretches a units along y axis. And what will happen if we divide with a? Okay, just opposite of stage, it will shrink. Okay, just see the graph of this one. This graph shrinks a units along y axis. Okay, if we have a equals to 2, that means 1 by 2 sin x. Till now the range is 1 and minus 1, and now it will from 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2. Okay, you can see here it will 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2 and so on. If it sinks to 1 by 3, then its range will be 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3 and so on. So again, if we see all the graph together, we see now this is the graph. If we multiply A units, it stretches along Y axis, and if we divide A units, it sinks along Y axis. Please see this one. This graph shows A into Fx, and this brown graph shows 1 by A into Fx. If we transform from Fx to A into Fx, okay. So first come on this one. First come this one. If we have Fx to f of x, that means we have to multiply A inside the function, that means A into Fx. Then in this graph, what happened? If we multiply outside of Fx, then this graph stretches A units and sinks A units along Y axis. If we multiply A in within the function, that is Fx to A f of x, then just reverse. If we multiply A, then this graph sinks A units along x axis, and in this one, this graph stretches A units along x axis. Let's see. If we have sin x, and if we want to draw the graph of f of x, that is this graph, that means we are multiplying A units in this one. Then see, this graph stretches A units along x axis. That means if we have here 2, then please see the graph here simply stretches. Yeah, here it is 3.14. Then half of this one, if it is 2, then half of this one. This graph is that sin x is at 3, then it is approximate half of this one. And then if it is 3, then in 3 times the stretches, 4 times and 5 times and so on. Okay. So if we multiply A units in x, that is Fx to f of x, this graph sinks A units along x axis. And what will happen if we divide A units? That means if we come on this graph, if we divide A units, then this graph expands along x axis. Okay, please see, this graph expands along x axis. Okay, please see here, if the here sign of is 0 to 3.14, that is pi. Then if we have it is 2, then it's come to 2 pi. If I change some settings here, if we come on x axis, okay, if we change the setting of x axis, then x axis, if we change, it is 0 to pi. Okay, then see, till now, if we have graph sin x equals to 0 to pi, that is this one, and if we change to 2, then it expands to 2 pi. Then if expands 3, then it go to 3 pi and so on. Okay, and let's see both the graph together, that is A into fx and 1 by afx and 1 by afx. Okay, so f of ax and f of 1 by afx. Let's see, if you see this one, then see, if it is when a equals to 1, it is pi, and when it is 2, then this come to pi by 2 and so on. Okay, simply these are the properties. If we see both, then see here, for this one, ax, it sinks A units, and 1 by A, it expands A units along x axis. Come on this one, same for this. In this one, it stretches along y axis, sinks along y axis. In this one, it sinks along x axis and then expands along x axis. Okay, next we'll see in our next property is, that is fifth. Let's see. Our next transformation is when we transform fx to f of minus x. There is a very simple trick. When we changes from fx to f of minus 6, simply consider y-axis as a plane mirror, okay, and draw the image of this function with respect to y-axis, or you can say that turn the graph of fx by 180 degree about y-axis. Let's see. Uh, Here we have graph e to the power fx, sorry, e to the power x, that is exponential function. And if we want to draw the graph of f of minus x, that means this of f of minus x, what will happen? Simply consider y axis, this axis as a plane mirror, and draw the graph. Let's see. Simple. Okay, what we did is this one. We have e to the power x, and what we had considered y axis as a plane mirror, and we simply drawn the image of e to the power x with respect to y-axis. You can change the graph. You can write here any graph. If we write log x, then also the same process will happen. Here we have log x, and if we want to draw the graph of log of minus x, then it will go on this one. Consider y-axis as a plane mirror. If we want to change the graph, then simply if we want to sin x, then also consider this one. Please see y-axis as a plane mirror and simply draw the graph. Okay. Again, come on exponential function, exponential of x. Okay. Next, if we come on next property, that is property number, yeah, transformation number 6. If fx changes from fx to minus fx, what we did in this one, we have considered y-axis as a plane mirror, and if we come to fx to minus of fx, then in this case we'll consider x-axis as a plane mirror. Okay, so let's see. In this one we have e to the power x, and if we consider x-axis as a plane mirror, so obviously the graph will be like this one. Okay, so let's see the graph. Let's see. This is the graph of minus of e to the power x. In this one we had x-axis as a plane mirror. This is the graph of e to the power x, and simple. Okay, if you want to change the graph, if you consider absolute function of x, that is mod x. If we have mod x, what will happen? We have graph log x, sorry, exponential function, absolute function of x. Okay, and if we want to draw the graph of minus of fx, so in this one we have to consider x-axis as a plane mirror, then this one consider. And if we want to draw the graph of f of minus x, then what will happen? Because in this one y-axis as a plane mirror, so obviously the reflection of this one is this, and the reflection of this one is this, so obviously there will be no any change in f of minus x. Okay, come on third. Okay, consider log x. Okay, what we have seen, again I am repeating, we have log x. If we want to draw the graph of f of minus x, then consider y-axis as a plane mirror, then draw the image of that graph with respect to y-axis. And if we want to draw the graph of minus of fx, okay, that means log of minus x, then consider x-axis as a plane mirror. Okay, next come on third. If we want to draw the graph of f minus of this one, minus of f of minus, that means if fx transforms to f of minus x. Okay, so we'll draw this graph in 2 steps. It will be easy for you. First, draw the graph of f of minus x. Consider, that means first consider y-axis as a plane mirror. Okay, and then draw the graph of minus of fx. That means after drawing the graph of this graph, draw the image of f of minus x with respect to x-axis. Again I am repeating, if we have function y equals to fx, then consider first y-axis is a plane mirror and draw the image of y equals to fx, y equals to fx as a plane mirror, and then after drawing the graph of f of minus x, consider x-axis as a plane mirror, and then draw the image of this graph. Okay, let's see. In the graph we have log x. First, I told you draw the graph of f of minus x. That means consider y-axis as a plane mirror. If you draw the graph of y equals to as a y-axis as a plane mirror, then the graph will be this one. And next, in next step, we have to consider x-axis as a plane mirror, and we have to draw the graph of this one. That means f of minus x. And if you draw this one, then it will show like this one. In this one, we are drawing the graph of this one, f of minus x, and considering x-axis as a plane mirror, then this graph will be like this. Okay, let us change any another function. If we have exponential function of x, it is exponential function of x. Okay, this is the graph. And if we want to draw the graph e to power minus x, then obviously we have to consider y-axis as a plane mirror, then it will come on this one. And then again we have to draw the image of this graph as x-axis as a plane mirror, then it will come on this. So again, come on conclusion. If we are changing fx to f of minus x, then y-axis is a plane mirror. And if we change our transformation of fx to minus f of x, then in this one, x-axis as a plane mirror, in this one, f of minus x, this one, y-axis as a plane mirror. And if we have to draw the graph of this one, f of minus x, with the minus of f of minus x, so first we have to draw the graph of f of minus x, and then minus of f of minus x. Then fx transforms to mod of fx. This is also very interesting trick. What we have to do, simple, first leave the positive part of fx. When you draw the graph, simply leave the positive part. That means your right hand side must show leave the positive part, and then take the mirror image of negative part of x axis as a plane mirror. Okay, let us see in the graph. If we have this graph y equals to log x, and what we have to do, simply leave the positive part of x axis, that means this one, and the negative part, the part that is in negative side, consider x axis as a plane mirror, and then draw the image of this line, this graph. That means if you draw the graph, definitely you will get like this one. Okay, what we had did simple, we have the graph of log x. Okay, leave the positive part, that means the part of the graph that is above x axis, leave that one, and the part that is below the x axis, take the mirror image of that graph. That means if we consider, then it will be like this one. That means the graph of absolute function of log x will be this one. This is the graph of absolute function of fx. That means if we have considered y equals to log x, then the graph, it is log of x. This is the graph of log of x. If we consider any other function, okay, let us consider sine x. Okay, what we see, this is the graph of sine, this is the graph of sine, and what we have to do, we have to leave the positive part of this sine, that means the part that is above axis, leave, and draw the image of negative part. That means this one, this is below the x axis, this is below the axis, and take the image of this part with respect to x axis. Okay, and when we draw, definitely we get this one. That means this will be the graph of mod of sin x. This is the graph of mod of sin x. You can consider any of the graph. Okay, if you want to consider exponential function of x, okay, then this is the graph. Obviously in this graph there is no any part below the x-axis, so obviously there will be no any change. Okay, here e equals to x and mod of e to power x, there will be no any change. The reason is there is no any part of this exponential function is below the x-axis, that's why there will be no any change. Come on, second part. If fx transforms to f of mod x, here we had mod of total function of x, and here we had mod in the f of x only. Okay, So what we have to do in this one, what we considered, we had considered the positive part of x, and then we took the image of negative part of x with respect to x axis. And what we have to do in this one, we have just opposite of that one. In this one we have to leave the part of the graph right side of y axis, and then we have to take the image of fx, take the image of fx in the right of fx as plane mirror. In that one in that graph x axis as a plane mirror, in this one uh, y axis as the plane mirror, and the graph lying leftward of the y axis. If it axis is omitted. Okay, let's see. If we have graph of uh, e to power x, and if we want to draw the graph of e to the power mod x, that means this one, absolute function of x, then what we'll see, like this one. As I told you, leave the part that is right side of y axis. Okay, इसे छोड़ देना है, and then consider y axis as a plane mirror, and then draw the image of that graph that is right side of the y axis. Then you will see this will be the graph of e to the power mod x. Okay, so this is the graph of e to the power mod x, and the complete graph of e to the power mod x will be this one. Okay, you can see the change. Here we have e to the power x. What we did in this one, the part that is left side of y axis, simply we omitted this part, and we took the image of the part that is right side of y axis as a plane mirror. हमने इसके जो एक्सिस है y एक्सिस के इस साइड जो था इस मैंने ओमिट कर दिया, एंड y एक्सिस को हमने प्लेन मिरर कंसिडर करके ये जो ग्राफ है जो राइट हैंड साइड ऑफ y एक्सिस है हमने उसका इमेज ड्रॉ कर दिया. This is simply the funda of this graph. Okay, next come on third part. Next on third part of this one, if we have to consider the when we transform from fx to mod of f of mod x, in this one we have to consider in two parts. We have to draw in two parts. First, draw the graph of mod of fx, and then that means mod of fx, that means consider x axis is a plane mirror, and in this one mod of fx, in this one y axis as a plane mirror. Let's see the graph. If we have e to the power mod x, first we have to draw the graph of mod of e to the power x. Okay, and then draw the graph of mod of e to the power x. Okay, let us if we change the graph, if we have log of x. Okay, please see. First we have the graph of y equals to log x. Then what we have to do, first draw the graph of mod of log x. If you draw the mod of log x, then it will be like this one. That means in this one we have to omit the graph that is below the x-axis, as consider x-axis as a plane mirror, and draw the graph. And again, if we have to take mod, then in that case omit the part that is right hand side of y-axis, here no any part, and then draw the image of the graph that is right side of y-axis as y-axis as a plane mirror. And if we draw, simply देखो इसका जो ग्राफ है, we will see the image of this graph, that may be, it will be like this one. Then this is the graph of simply mod of log of mod x. This is the graph of mod of log of mod x. Transformation when fx tends to mod of fx. There is a small trick in this also. What we have to do, we can do this in two parts. Okay, first remove the portion of graph which lies below the x-axis. Simply remove the graph portion of the graph that is below the x-axis, and then plot the remaining portion of the graph. And also the most important thing, also its mirror image of mirror image in the x-axis. Like if we have a graph this one, okay, and we have the graph And what we have to do, we have to omit this part, that means the graph that is below the x-axis, and then we have to take the mirror image of this portion that is above x-axis as x-axis as a plane mirror. Let us draw the graph. It will be like this one. Okay, so if we only see the graph of absolute function mod y equals to fx, then this will be the graph. Okay, you are simply seeing this is the graph of log x, and what we did this one, we simply omitted the graph that is below the x-axis, and then we took the image of this graph that is above the x-axis with respect to x-axis, and this is the graph of mod y equals to fx. Okay, if we consider any other function, let us consider if we have x minus 1 into x minus 2. Okay, see, this is the graph of x minus 1, x minus 2, this one. Okay, this is the graph of x minus 1, x minus 2. What we have to what we have to do, we have to omit the part that is below the x-axis, and then we have to take the image of the part that is above the x-axis with respect to x-axis as a plane mirror. Then this will be the graph of mod y equals to x minus 1, x minus 2. You can change any value. If you want to change x minus 3, it is x minus 4, then also. Okay, you can simply change the graph and you will get the value of the graph. We can draw the graph of sin x also. If we take sin x, then see, we have the graph of sin x, this one. Okay, and what we have to do, simply remember the tricks. We have the graph of sin x. What we have to do, we have to omit the part that is below the x-axis and then take the image of the part that is above the x-axis. That means this one. And ये जो x-axis के नीचे है, that means the part that is below the x-axis, simply omit this one. Okay. Similarly, if you want to draw the graph of cos x, you can simply change the graph and see the magic. If you change the graph, simply see, this is cos x. What we have to do, we have to omit the graph that is below the x-axis, and then we have to take the image of the graph that is above the x-axis and consider x-axis as the plane mirror. Okay, come on our next trick, that is when fx transforms from fx to mod of fx. We have to do this in 2 steps. Okay, first we have to change fx to mod of y equals to mod of fx, and then mod y equals to mod of mod y equals to mod of. In graph, first what we have to do, let us see one by one. In this graph, first of all, you have to draw the graph. Consider graph that is y equals to cos x. You have to draw this graph in 2 steps. First of all, you have to draw the graph of mod of fx. That means if we have cos x, then we have to draw the graph of mod of cos x. What we are doing in mod of cos x, मतलब कि if we have function fx, and then first we have to draw the graph of mod of fx. Okay, so in that one, we have to omit the graph that is below the x-axis and then take the image of the graph that is below the x-axis. Simply what we have to do, take the image of the graph that is below the x-axis with respect to x-axis and omit this graph. That means this is the graph of mod of cos x. Okay, and in next step, what we are doing in mod of y equals to fx, in that one simply in last graph I explained you, in mod of y equals to fx, what we have to do in that graph, we have to omit the part that is below the x-axis and simply take the image of the part that is above the x-axis. Here the part that is above the x-axis, and simply we have to take the image of this portion that is above the x-axis with respect to the line x-axis. Okay, In this one, consider x-axis a plane mirror. Then this will be the graph of mod of y equals to mod of cos x. You can change any graph if we have exponential function of x. Okay, so this one, or you can change log x, log x. Okay, see one by one. If we have graph log x, okay, first we have graph log x, and in mod of log x, what we have to do? In mod of log x, we have to take the image of this part that is below the x-axis with respect to x-axis. Okay, the green part is the log of mod of log x, and then what we have to consider? Let us remove this log x. Okay, this one. This is the graph of mod of log x, and again for mod of y equals to mod of log x, what we have to consider? X-axis as a plane mirror, and then take the image of this part. Okay, the image of this part will be this one. So this is the graph of mod of log x. Let's come on our next property, that is 13. Transformation, we have to draw the graph in 3 steps. Okay, if we were to transform y equals to fx to mod of y equals to mod of f of mod x. So first you have to draw the graph of, if we have y equals to fx, first we have to transform to mod of fx. Okay, like this one. If we have a graph y equals to log x, first we have to transform the graph, that is draw the graph of log of mod of log x. That means what we have to do in log of mod of log x, we have to simply omit the part that is below the x-axis and draw the image of that with respect to x-axis. Okay, in second step we have to draw the graph of mod of f of mod x. Okay, and what we have to do in this one? Simply in this one we have to consider x-axis as a plane mirror and simply draw the graph of this part. That means in this one we simply considered x-axis as a plane mirror, and we drawn the image of this, that is the part that is right side of y-axis with respect to y-axis as a plane mirror. Okay, and then in third step simply we have to draw the graph of mod y equals to mod of f of mod x. What we have to do in this one? In this mod, whenever we draw the graph of mod of y, simply consider x-axis as a plane mirror and then simply draw the graph. Okay, so consider x-axis as a plane mirror and see the graph of this one. This will be the graph of this one. This will be the graph of mod y equals to mod of log of mod x. Okay, again I am telling one by one. If we have graph y equals to log x, okay, first you have to draw the graph of mod of fx. Mod of fx means remove the part that is below the x-axis and draw the image of this as x-axis a plane mirror, then this will be the graph. Okay, this is the graph of mod of log x. And then second step, draw the graph of log of mod of x. Log of mod of x means mod of log of mod x means consider x-axis as a plane mirror. This is the graph. Okay, that is the graph of mod of log of mod x. Okay, and then when we have to draw the graph of log mod y, just we have shown in previous transformation, and then at last consider x-axis a plane mirror and then draw the graph. This will be the graph of mod y. This is mod y equals to mod of f of mod x. Okay, okay, if we change the graph, let us change to exponential function. Exponential function of x. Then see, simple. Again, if we go one by one, first the graph of this is exponential function, then we have to draw the graph of mod of exponential function. That means this one, there is no any part below the x-axis, that's why will be no any change in this one. And then we have to draw the graph of mod of E of mod x. Okay, that means the graph that is below right side of the y-axis, simply we have to omit, and we have to draw the image of the part that is right side of y-axis as the plane mirror. And then mod of y, if we come on mod y, then simply consider y-axis as a plane mirror. Let us remove the graph of e to power x. Okay, and then simply draw the image of this graph with respect to y-axis. That means this will be like this. That is brown part and blue part will be the graph of this function. Okay, this is the graph. Simple. These are the simple tricks, and there is one more trick that I want to discuss in this one. How to draw the graph of inverse of any function. Small trick to draw the graph of inverse of any function. How can we draw the graph of inverse of any function? There is very simple trick. If we want to draw the inverse of log x, simple, remember one thing, simply draw the graph of y equals to fx, y equals to x. Okay, and then consider y equals to x as a plane mirror and draw the image of this function, that is log x, and we know the inverse of log x is exponential function e to power x. Okay, you see, this is the graph of log x, and simply the image of log x, image of this log x will be e to the power x. This is the graph of e to power x, that means inverse of this function. But there is a very small condition in inverse of a function, that the function must be 1 on onto, that we had described in our previous lecture. Please see that lecture also. If we have graph of sine and we want to draw the graph of sine inverse x, it will be like this one. Since sine is not 1 onto, so we had to restrict the range of that function. That's why it is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, simply this is the image of this graph. Okay, next, if we come on cos x, then this is the graph of cos x. And if we want to draw the graph of cos inverse x, simply the image of this graph from 0 to pi, draw the image of this graph. Okay, next, if we have tan x, and if we want to draw the graph of tan inverse x, again consider y-axis a plane mirror and draw the image of tan x. Okay, but since again trigonometric function is many one onto, so we have to restrict the limit. That's why we had restricted the limit of tan x from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For that one, that function is 1 onto, that is bijective functions. So my dear students, this was our lecture on tricks to draw the graph, and always try to remember the tricks so that you can easily draw the graph of any function, any general function. Okay, these are the most important tricks. Please watch it again and again, and watch part by part. That means that I transferred from first to second to third, and then so and so on. And remember, then easily you can draw, and it will help in class 11, class 12, and in your competitive exam also. Thank you, my dear students, and for more updates, please subscribe our channel and like, subscribe and share our videos. Thank you.